If your mood crashes hard in the week before your period, rage, despair, fog, and then lifts like a switch the moment bleeding starts, you need to hear this. You're not dramatic. You're not weak. You're not too much. Hi, I'm Kayla. Welcome to Women's Health with Kayla. This is a safe place to learn about your body and feel seen. This is not medical advice, but it is a guide to help you find the words and the next steps that fit you. This is about the difference between PMS and PMDD and understanding that difference changes everything. I am here to create a safe place where you can learn about your body and find the words you need. This isn't medical advice, but it's a guide to help you find your next steps. Picture two friends. One gets a little cranky before her period. She wants chocolate, her jeans feel tight. She's annoyed when her partner leaves dishes in the sink, but she moves on. She still goes to work. She still shows up for dinner with friends. It's uncomfortable, but she manages. Now picture the other friend. A week before her period, it's like someone drops a heavy blanket over her mind. She feels rage over tiny things her partner forgets to take out the trash and she wants to scream. Or she feels crushing despair for no clear reason. She cancels plans because she can't face people. Her brain feels foggy. She sits in her car after work and cries. She thinks, what's wrong with me? Then her period starts. And within a day or two, the fog lifts. The rage disappears. She feels like herself again. Until next month, when it happens all over again. The first friend has PMS. The second has PMDD. PMS stands for premenstrual syndrome. It's common. Cramps, bloating, sore breasts, mild mood shifts. You might feel irritable or tired. It's annoying, but it doesn't take over your life. You can still function. PMDD stands for Premenstrual Dysphoric Disorder. Dysphoric means severely distressed. The mood symptoms don't just show up. They take over your days. They affect your work. They damage your relationships. You might feel hopeless, enraged, anxious, or numb. You might have trouble concentrating. You might feel unsafe in your own head. These are not the same conditions. And naming the difference matters because it points you toward help that actually works. If you've been told, it's just PMS, everyone gets it, but your experience feels nothing like what other people describe, you need to know this. PMDD is real. It's not in your head. It's not a character flaw. It's a medical condition that responds to treatment. Now here's the key to knowing which one you have. Timing. Your cycle has two halves. During the first half from your period to ovulation, most people feel pretty stable. Energy is steady. The mood is calm. You feel like yourself. Then comes the second half, the week or two before your next period. This is called the luteal phase, and it's when things shift. For people with PMS, this is when you might feel bloated or tired. Your jeans feel tight. You want chocolate. You get a little snippy with your partner, but you still show up. You still function. The symptoms are annoying, but they don't take over. For people with PMDD, the luteal phase feels like stepping into a different reality. You wake up one morning and rage is simmering under your skin for no clear reason. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you want to scream. Your partner asks a simple question and you snap at them. Or maybe it's not rage, maybe it's crushing sadness. You cry in the grocery store. You lie in bed and think, I can't do this anymore. Your brain feels foggy. You read the same email 3 times and still can't process it. You forget why you walked into a room. Phone calls feel impossible. You cancel plans because facing people feels too hard. You feel like a different person. Someone you don't recognize. Someone you don't like. Then your period starts. And within 1 to 3 days, the fog lifts. The rage disappears. The sadness fades. You feel like yourself again. You look back at the past week and wonder what just happened. This on-off pattern is the biggest clue. It repeats almost every cycle. The timing is predictable. The relief when your period starts is sharp and unmistakable. That's how you know it's not just stress or burnout. Stress doesn't vanish the moment you start bleeding. Depression doesn't lift on a 28-day schedule, but PMDD does. And it causes real damage. You miss work or can't focus when you're there. You fight with people you love. You avoid friends because you can't trust your mood. You feel unsafe in your own head. If you ever feel like you might hurt yourself during this time, treat it as urgent. Reach out now. Call a crisis line, text a friend. Go to your doctor or an emergency room. This is not something to wait out alone. PMDD is severe. The mood symptoms are intense. And they show up in a clear, repeating pattern tied to your cycle. So what's actually happening in your body? And why does it feel so different from regular PMS? Here's what researchers currently understand about PMDD, and this is evolving science, not something I'm diagnosing or prescribing. It's not about having too much or too little of any hormone. Your estrogen and progesterone levels are probably completely normal. The problem is how your brain responds to those normal hormonal shifts. Think of it this way. During the luteal phase, progesterone naturally breaks down into a compound called allopregnolone. For most people, this has a calming effect. But if you have PMDD, your brain reacts differently to this compound. Instead of feeling calm, you get anxiety, rage, or despair. This affects the chemical messengers in your brain, serotonin, which helps regulate mood, and GABA, which helps you feel calm. When these get disrupted, your mood crashes. This is biology. It's not a mindset problem. You didn't cause this by thinking negative thoughts or not meditating enough. Your brain is responding to hormonal changes in a way that's outside your control. Understanding this removes blame. You're not weak. You're not failing at managing stress. Your brain is reacting to a biological process, and that reaction is causing real symptoms that deserve real help. So how do you know if what you're experiencing is actually PMDD? Think about your last few cycles. Are your mood symptoms severe enough to mess with work or relationships? Do you cancel plans during that week? Miss deadlines? Pick fights with people you love over things that wouldn't normally bother you? Does this happen during most cycles, not just once in a while when life is extra stressful? Do the symptoms show up almost exclusively in the week or two before your period, then lift once bleeding starts? That clear relief is key. And here's the big one. Do you feel like a different person during that time? Someone angrier, sadder, or more anxious than your usual self? Someone you don't recognize? If most of that sounds familiar, PMDD is worth discussing with a doctor. And if you want to bring concrete data to that conversation, tracking can be incredibly helpful. Get a calendar or an app and rate your symptoms every single day for 2 to 3 cycles. Track mood, anger, anxiety, energy, sleep quality, physical pain, and ability to focus. Use a simple scale. 0 means no symptoms, 3 means severe. After 2 or 3 months, look at the pattern. If your scores jump in the week or two before your period and drop sharply after bleeding starts, that's the PMDD pattern. Now, one quick clarification. If you have depression or anxiety all month long but it gets worse before your period, that's called PME, premenstrual exacerbation. With PME, you never get full relief because the underlying condition is always there. With PMDD, symptoms are mostly confined to that luteal window. The contrast is sharp. You feel stable, then symptoms hit, then your period starts and they lift. Tracking helps you see which pattern fits. It also gives you concrete data to bring to your doctor, which makes it easier to get taken seriously. When you bring that tracking to your doctor, here's what the conversation might look like. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you what to do. But I can give you a map of what options exist so you know what to ask about. Treatment for PMDD usually involves a few different approaches, and they're tailored to you. Your symptoms, your health history, what feels right for your life. Therapy can help, especially cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT teaches you skills to manage the mood symptoms when they hit. It doesn't cure PMDD, but it can make the symptoms more bearable. And no, this isn't about thinking positive thoughts or just relaxing more. Your brain chemistry is shifting. CBT gives you tools to work with that reality, not pretend it away. Medication is often part of the picture. SSR is selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors are commonly used. These are antidepressants that help regulate serotonin in your brain. Some people take them all month. Others take them only during the luteal phase, which works for many people with PMDD. Your doctor can walk you through the pros and cons, and if someone tells you it's all in your head when you ask about medication, your brain is part of your body. Hormone shifts affect brain chemistry. This is real, and it deserves real treatment. Hormonal birth control is another option. The goal is to steady your hormone levels so you don't get those big swings that trigger symptoms. Some types of birth control stop ovulation completely. This works for some people but not everyone. It's a personal choice with trade-offs. These are tools, not judgments. A good doctor will help you weigh your options based on your symptoms, your health history, and what feels right for you. While you're figuring out medical support, you can also build a luteal plan. Small, practical things that soften the edges of those hard weeks. Start with food. Eat steady meals with protein and complex carbs. Your blood sugar affects your mood, and keeping it stable helps. This isn't about eating clean to fix everything. You can't green juice your way out of a brain chemistry issue. But food does affect how you feel day to day, and small shifts can soften the edges. Keep caffeine and alcohol low during your luteal week. Both can make anxiety and mood swings worse. Drink water. Dehydration makes brain fog and irritability worse. Get morning light. Step outside within an hour of waking up. Light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which affects mood and sleep. Move your body daily, even for 10 minutes. Walk around the block, stretch, dance in your kitchen. Movement helps clear some of the mental fog and releases tension. Protect your sleep. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your brain needs that consistency, especially during the luteal phase. Make practical swaps during that week. Keep a luteal grocery list. Pre-washed greens, rotisserie chicken, instant rice, frozen vegetables. Make it easy to eat well when your brain feels foggy. Set a 20-minute timer for tasks so you don't get overwhelmed. Use earplugs if noise feels unbearable. Create a code word with your partner or a close friend. It is my pre-period week. That signals you need extra patience and support. Bring someone into the loop. Say to your partner or a trusted friend, my mood gets rough before my period. Could you help with dinner? Remind me to take a walk? Most people want to help. They just don't know what you need. When you talk to your doctor, bring your tracking. Use plain words. My mood gets very bad in the week before my period. It's messing with my life. I want to talk about PMDD. If your doctor brushes you off or says, it's just PMS, tough it out, ask for a second opinion. Severe symptoms deserve help, and you deserve to be heard. Your doctor might order lab work to rule out other causes, thyroid issues, low iron, vitamin deficiencies. That's normal and helpful. PMDD can show up at different life stages. Teens can have it. If you're in your 30s or 40s and entering premenopause, hormone shifts can get bigger, which can make PMDD worse or trigger it for the first time. You deserve care. You deserve a doctor who listens. You deserve support from people who love you. Here's what I want you to remember. PMS is common and mild. PMDD is severe, with intense mood symptoms in the week before your period and sharp relief after bleeding starts. They are not the same condition, and naming the difference changes everything. If you've spent years thinking you were too sensitive, too dramatic, too much, you weren't. Your brain was responding to hormonal shifts in a way that's outside your control. That's biology. That's not a character flaw. If you've canceled plans, missed work, fought with people you love, or felt unsafe in your own head during that week before your period, you weren't failing. You were experiencing real symptoms that deserve real help. You didn't cause this by not meditating enough or not managing stress better. You're not weak for struggling. You're not broken for needing support. Track your pattern for 2 to 3 cycles. Bring that data to a doctor. Use plain words. My mood gets very bad in the week before my period. It's messing with my life. I want to talk about PMDD. If your doctor brushes you off, ask for a second opinion. Severe symptoms deserve help, and you deserve to be heard. Ask about your options: therapy, medication, hormonal birth control. Build a Luteal plan with small, practical supports that soften the edges of those hard weeks. Bring someone into the loop who can help. You deserve a care team. You deserve people who understand. You deserve relief. Share your story in the comments if this resonated with you. Subscribe for more videos like this. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, someone who's been told it's just PMS, but their experience feels so much bigger, send them this video. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is help someone find the words for what they're going through. You're not alone in this. Thanks for being here with me. I'll see you next time on Women's Health with Kayla.